Hello and welcome to episode 90 of Dunk's Movie Corner, Dunk's Movie Corner Pod or podcast, whatever you want to call it. That's what this is. As I always say, it's a companion podcast to the Movie Bros, so check that out if you're looking for something more substantial. I know I'm a couple days late. Well, that's just life. I was a combination of busy and also just not in the mood to record. I feel like that's an acceptable reason. Either way, yeah, as I always say, this is what I watch. If that's just TV, if it's limited series, if it's movies, whatever. This week, I believe we are going to be talking about, let's see, The Secret Agent, which was a 2025 release. This is a movie released from Brazil, so it was dubbed. It got some recognition at the Oscars and some other awards. Nominated, but I don't think it won anything. Hayden and I just watched this for our latest episode of the Movie Bros, so check that out. That was just released. Yeah, we talk a lot about how a lot of movies, the whole subtitles is perfectly fine, but a lot of this movie is super specific to 70s Brazil, and it's kind of reading between the lines of the subtitles, which kind of makes it extra tough because so many people raved about this, and neither Hayden or I liked it a lot. We both thought it was slow and not in a good way. From there, I watched Sunshine, which is from 2007. Surprisingly, like a hidden gem. Cillian Murphy, Rose Byrne, Chris Evans, Michelle Yeoh, Benedict Wong, Mark Strong. Cool visuals, slightly more, I'd say, depressing version of Project Hail Mary to a certain degree. From there, and I would probably give Sunshine a very solid 4 out of 5. I went and saw Speed Racer back in theaters after 20 years. It was an IMAX, so both huge screen and great sound. It was super fun, completely sold out just on a Monday night, which was it was just a cool thing to go do. If they did this every year, I would honestly absolutely go every year. It was like one of those movies that are just so clearly meant for that kind of viewing experience. Like the crazy colors, the crazy sounds from the racing, everything is cranked up to like 11. It was honestly really awesome. From there, I saw Perrier's Bounty, which is a random Tubi suggestion. Also stars Cillian Murphy from 2009, Brendan Gleeson, who you probably will recognize, Jim Broadbent, Jodie Whittaker, Liam Cunningham. A lot of like well-known either British, Scottish, or Irish actors in a kind of sort of dark comedy gangster movie, I guess I would call it. Which I would call it perfectly fine. Excuse me. I'm recording this a little late on what's today? Wednesday? Wednesday? Yeah, Jesus. So if you're looking for something kind of fun to put on in the background, it's not great, but I'd say this is perfectly adequate for those reasons. I watched Roofman. This is from 2025. This was the Channing Tatum, Kirsten Dunst, Lakeith Stanfield, Ben Mendelsohn, Peter Dinklage. All the marketing and the trailers for this, they really showed all the quote funny bits, but generally speaking, this is just kind of a sad story, sad movie. I mean, it was one of those. It's okay that I'm sad watching this, but because it is all based off true story stuff. Yeah, it's. I watched it on Amazon Prime. If you ever want to watch it, but I thought it was actually really quite good, but definitely not what you think it's going to be if you just watch a trailer. From there, and the last thing I watched this week was called The Summit of the Gods. This is from 2021. This is technically a French film, but the French film is I mean, you can either watch it subbed or dubbed. I've had it dubbed in English, but it's about Japanese mountain climbers and at Everest. So there's layers of perception there, but this is going to be our next episode of the Movie Bros, which Hayden and I are going to be recording tomorrow and posting Sunday. I won't. So I'll try not to say too much about this. I thought the animation was gonna do more with like the big mountainscapes and like I don't know, just out in nature, but it was pretty tame for like 90% of the movie. So most of the movie just became like a not run of the mill, but like I could kind of guess the way that the like moody anti-hero climber solo guy. Just the beats of the movie were not that much of a surprise. It just wasn't as special as I thought it was going to be, which I think especially when it comes to animation, that's kind of really I'm looking for the animation to play a bigger role in the movie. In some movies, it's either, it's goes way over the top or it's so either photorealistic or what. I mean, I think of like Finding Nemo all the way to the other end where like Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, which was like crazy over the top. So just I'm looking for something out there with animation, and this was perfectly not. So Hayden and I will talk about that more tomorrow. Otherwise, that is all that I watched this week. Sorry it's a day or two late. Like I said, both a combination of just it's busy. I'm house sitting, so the setup for like recording and stuff is not great. Schooling is in full swing. Work is busy. All the things, of course. So yeah, if there's anything you think I should be watching, obviously reach out. If you either agree or disagree with the things that I just said for the last 7 minutes, obviously reach out if you feel so inclined. And the last couple minutes of this is usually what I reference of like, hey, this is what's going on with life. Firmly settled in the new apartment. The pottery wheel is getting used regularly, shooting film photography, waiting on a couple rolls to get back. I just sent off my underwater film camera for service, so I'm looking forward to getting that back. What else? Going diving tomorrow morning. Again, I'm trying to be in the water roughly about once a week, which can be hard to schedule for a lot of. I mean, it's either my schedule or finding the right. I don't know. Because diving is such not a mainstream thing within that community, cold water diving is even more niche. Finding the right partner, the right buddy that you like going with, that you could. I don't know. It's just all the things have to line up fairly well to make this consistent. And sometimes that works out, and sometimes it doesn't. Either way, looking forward to that tomorrow. What else? Think. I've got some car stuff I'm sorting with. I feel like there's always I feel like this is just life in general, but it's always like a 2 step forward, 1 step back. Like, oh, this is getting sorted out. Okay, great. Okay, and now there's this other thing that I got to deal with. Great. Okay, which maybe that's just what it is, either right now or just forever. Who knows? But yeah, glad to have friends. Like I just had 4 or 5 of us over this evening, played some board games, chatted, had dinner. It was nice. Or glad to have the fam to have resources of like I'm house sitting for them, but I'm also getting to use their car while my car's getting sorted out. Lots of reasons. Either way, trying to find the wins, the daily wins, the daily positives, all that jazz. Really wanting to get back into like consistent, like really consistent, especially going into summer, so I don't look like a blob. Either running and or walking and or gym. So I gotta sort that out. See how that's gonna fit with both timing and budget. But that's not really what this podcast would really be about. So yes, this is those are the things that I watched. This is a movie / limited series / so rant and ramble. So I don't want to bore you too much with all the other stuff. But either way, I think that was episode 90, if I remember right. I might cut some of that out. I might not, because I don't have a ton of energy or interest in making this a whole production. Either way, I'll talk to whoever might be listening next week.